Hello there, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I want to talk about some of my addictions and what I'm doing to stop them for the future. But basically, what happened is, so my employer, and it's been this way for years, and I've just paid, you have to pay extra money to be able to get health insurance if you're a smoker or a vapor. And so I've always just paid the price, but the price went up, and I'm kind of done with paying it. And because of being done with paying it, and then also I've got other coworkers that are gonna try to quit vaping or smoking together. So I'm starting mine tonight. Today it's February 2nd, 7:46 p.m. We're gonna be starting it. They did. Insurance does pay for patches for me, and then also I joined I think it's called Quit for Life. Mainly deals with smokers, but also vapes, with attempting to quit smoking. So I wanted to film like my withdrawal symptoms and the process of going through everything, because I'm definitely going to get the withdrawals. I already feel weird, because I turned it off, and that's that. I don't have any more vape juice, so I can't really go back to it even if I want to. I mean, I've got some that's like tobacco flavored, but it's not my favorite, so I'm stopping there. This is a big step for me. I used to smoke cigarettes for a long time. I started smoking cigarettes to stop a different addiction, and then went to cigarettes, and then eventually went to vaping. I've not had a cigarette in years, and I've been doing okay without the cigarettes, but I've been using nicotine ever since then with the vape. So as you can see in the background here, I did buy some stuff to hopefully help a little bit, because not only do you have the nicotine withdrawal, which hopefully the patches will assist with that. I've been on the patch before. It does in fact give you nicotine, but I still just the behavior mindset of wanting to smoke makes the patches pretty difficult to use alone. I'm hopeful the program, my first group meeting, it sounds like I'm an addict, which I guess I am. My first group meeting is on Tuesday, and then I've got a one-on-one with my coach on Friday. So it'll give me 2 days. I've heard from the coach and others, the first 2 to 3 days are the worst. So it'll be interesting to see how work goes tomorrow. I don't plan to call off or anything. I mean, I'll just have to deal with it. The main concern, honestly, is the not being able to sleep, because that's one of the side effects you can get from nicotine withdrawal. So some of the common withdrawal symptoms are having urges or cravings to smoke. That's obvious. Feeling irritated, grouchy, or upset. So that's going to be fun for my wife to deal with. Obviously, I'll try to keep that intact, but I wouldn't be surprised if I feel irritated, grouchy, and or upset. Feeling jumpy and restless. That's the one I was talking about, the restless, not being able to sleep. During the first few days or first weeks after quitting is normal. Your mind gets irritated without nicotine at first. I think this is more if you're doing a hard stop. The patches are more to help to wean me off slowly. And then hopefully they will help with that a little bit. Having a hard time concentrating, that's the one that has affected me at work in the past, where I just kind of zone out, and it's challenging. It says in the first days after you quit, that's very common. Having trouble sleeping is another side effect. Feeling hungrier or gaining weight. I definitely don't want to be doing that, as obviously I'm still attempting to, well, not obvious, but I am still attempting to lose weight. I'm doing some other things to try and help with that. Feeling anxious, sad, or depressed. These are all possible side effects. It's not a guarantee, but I'm sure I'll experience many of them, if not most of them. So there are some things you can do, like there's like a whistle you can buy, a smoker's whistle, but I wasn't sure if it would make noise or whatever, but just kind of sucking on. So that's why I bought Twizzlers. So I bought a big thing of Lifesavers. These are sugar free, because obviously I don't want to gain a bunch of weight. I did buy a bunch of sunflower seeds just to give me something to kind of gnaw on. They are salted, so I probably shouldn't go through these too fast. And then I bought 5 pounds of Twizzlers, which I didn't really need 5 pounds, but that's what I bought. So, and then I bought Nerds gummy clusters, but this is more just because I wanted them. They looked good. And these definitely have sugar, a lot of sugar. So, but yeah, so it'll be an interesting experience. I do want to film. I'll film at least once a day, and give you the time of day and how I'm feeling and what withdrawals I'm going through and stuff. That's the plan. I think this might be helpful for other people. In the past, I've looked at videos of other people going through different side effects of different medications. And this is, I mean, nicotine is, a drug. And so it's definitely, I'll definitely have side effects of withdrawal. So I thought it might be helpful to look back on this. What I plan to do is I'll put a little note in the bottom, like day 1, day 2, day 3, and so forth. And that way you can kind of follow when I'm talking what's been going on and kind of follow it a little bit better. But this is just the start. So yeah, this will be the hardest part. But I want to film the beginning. I haven't put the patch on yet, but I literally just vaped before I started filming this. But then I turned it off, and that's that. So we'll get going. So I will see you in the next clip after day 1 and share with you how I'm doing. Hey, good evening. We're back. So, yeah, it's been 24 hours. Just to be transparent, I did hit the vape twice today. I have been wearing the patch. I don't know the coach or whatever that I have. They said I should be putting the patch on in the morning because apparently it gives more nicotine for the first, limited amount of time or whatever that you put it on, and then it tapers off. So I really should be putting the patch on in the morning rather than at night. So that's something I learned with day 1. Like I said, I did hit the vape twice, which, considering I go from every 5 to 10 minutes hitting it to twice in an entire day or in a 24-hour period, that's pretty good. I am kind of out of it as far as withdrawals go. I am having trouble focusing. I definitely can feel the lack of nicotine. It sucks. Unfortunately, too, the withdrawal apparently gets worse through the first 3 days, which I think, to me is ridiculous. But yeah, it says it peaks at day 3 or whatever. And I already feel like crap. To put it in preference, so right now I feel a little nauseous. I hadn't really felt nauseous today, but I have been dizzy, pretty dizzy. Headache, of course. And then the biggest thing is lack of being able to focus. And I feel like with work and everything, I did get everything I was supposed to get done today done, but I feel like I wasn't as time efficient as I could be. And I just feel like I didn't get everything done I was supposed to. I think I did, but it wasn't it was tough. It was tough. I'm having trouble making this video. It's weird, the withdrawals suck. And like I said, I did hit it twice, but again, to me, that's still a victory. 2 times in 24 hours. Yeah, we're on the patch, so that helps too. It's interesting because I bought all this stuff and it's just kind of crap. It doesn't really do it, it's weird because it'll keep my mind off of it if I'm just busy eating or something. But I don't want to be sitting here eating and just getting fat. I'll end up being 600 pound, my 600 pound life or whatever, That's not the route we're gonna go. I'd rather vape. You know, if the two options are nicotine or be like not even double, but like put on an extra 50 pounds. You know what I mean? If those were my options, well, I'm just gonna keep. I'd go back to cigarettes. That's the thing with me too. Like the whole, yeah, I've quit cigarettes. I've not smoked a cigarette in a long time. I still crave cigarettes, even though I've not had a cigarette in a long time. And when I say a long time, I do mean multiple years. I've had cigars on occasion, but I've not had an actual cigarette probably for at least 6 to 8 years, maybe. That's a guess. That's an estimate. I've learned with my addictions that it's hard to focus. Like making these videos is a little difficult because it's like you're focusing on like when was the last time I did this, you know, and the desire for wanting more. So, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit my way through it. So yeah, I did hit it twice. I'd really like to just vape all night long now. I'm gonna try not to. The hardest part was getting my mind to focus at work, you know, because when I'm not working, yeah, I want to make videos and edit videos, but it's not my living. If I don't make them, I don't make them. I don't know. It's still important to me, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks. I've got my first group class tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I you know, if I do decide to go back to vaping, you'll never see this. I'll just scrap the whole video. But if I can push through, you know, the first week and see how I feel, then we'll try it. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I'm going to sign off. See you guys again tomorrow. Hey, just a quick update. Day went okay. Today is Tuesday. So, Monday, Tuesday, it's been 2 days. I've heard the third day is supposed to be the worst. So, we'll see how that goes. I did vape once. Just one hit. I needed to focus on something at work, and I was really having trouble focusing. So, I did go ahead and hit the vape once. Obviously, I'm still wearing the patch. Bad headache. Still kind of a lot of brain fog. Just, you know, having a hard time focusing. That's the main thing. You know, I'm doing pretty good. The brain fog's the worst because I feel like I'm just slow, you know? Like my words are slow. I feel like I'm slow. I'm sluggish, but more so like just mentally not capable of accomplishing anything. And it sucks to feel that way, you know, especially when I'm like, I could just start vaping again and that would like, then I'd be fine. But it's just, I guess it's just a part of going through withdrawal. I watched an interesting video. The channel that I was watching is called Addiction Mindset. The video I found the most useful was 10 crazy benefits of quitting vaping. In parentheses, it's worth it. And also 4 ways to quit vaping and quit smoking in 2025. He just had a lot of good stuff about getting off nicotine. He also has stuff about getting off weed and other addictions. I'm sure you could pretty much just, you know, put the other addiction, like replace words, you know, instead of vaping or nicotine, replace it with something else. But he has specific videos to weed and nicotine. So his videos were probably the most helpful. I'm in like group therapy or whatever. It's not really therapy. It's like AA meetings. I don't know. I'll have to ask a guy. I've got a friend that's in Alcoholics Anonymous. So I'll have to ask him when he starts his nicotine meetings if it's similar or if they're completely different. But yeah, it's just a group meeting with a coach that, basically tells you, you can do it. So it's all right. I mean, I'm like I said, I'm on the patch. I don't think I'd be able to function really without the patch, because that gives you some form of nicotine throughout the day, 24 hours, and it's supposed to spread it out through the day. Like I said, I think yesterday, I didn't realize you should put it on in the morning, because it gives you more nicotine for the first 8 hours or whatever. I guess that makes sense though. Like, the more you wear it, the less nicotine is in there. So, but that definitely seemed to help. Like I said, I didn't have to vape, but I needed to focus, and it just sucks because it's like I feel like I'm letting my team down at work if I can't focus and get the job done, So that's the struggle. And the only other real side effect, which is just normal, right? Like, I went out to get some Steak and Shake for my wife and I was talking to her on the phone, and I was looking for stuff, because I go through stuff. Like, when I leave, I get my keys, my wallet, maybe a hat, and then my vape and my batteries and the vape juice. And so I was looking for stuff, and I didn't know what I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. And then I realized I was looking for my vape, and I'm like, no, I'm not bringing my vape, because I hit it once and that was it. It's it for the day. It's 9:30 at night, so I won't be up too much longer. But yeah, I mean, it's rough, but it is what it is. Can't win them all. So we'll see how day 3 goes. These videos will probably progressively get shorter, I would imagine, as we start doing better. Or this is going to end up being like an hour-long video, which, I mean, could be interesting, but I'll try to break it down some as well. But there you have it, day 2. Good evening. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It's me, day 3. Doing okay. The morning and early afternoon was pretty rough. Struggled the most during that time. But then the brain fog kind of started to lift, and I've been doing better. One thing I did want to mention that I didn't realize would be a thing, but the smells of everything, bad and good. I didn't realize the vape kept me from smelling, really. So I've been noticing, smells a lot more. A good example is when I opened the spice cabinet, and I was like, whoa, it smells like spices. So that's kind of an interesting change. I did not vape at all today. I know Monday I hit it twice. Tuesday I hit it once. Today I've not done it at all. I'd like to. I kind of, it sucks, but is what it is. We're going to push through and see where this journey takes us. At the very least, we're going to stop for the video. Maybe I'll start again in a few months, but I want to complete the stopping and just see how that goes and what happens. I have gained a little bit of weight, probably because I've not been being as careful with what I've been eating. So I need to keep a close eye on that, because we're not going to trade one off for one, if I continue to gain weight after I'm done, that's going to be an issue that we'll have to address. But right now I'm not too focused on my weight. I'm just focused on getting through the withdrawals. Good evening. So today is Thursday the 6th. So it's been 1, 2, 3. This is day 4. Things went much better today. I still obviously want to vape and, want to light up a cigarette. Not that I smoke, but, I still want to do these things. But the brain fog has gone for the most part, which has been nice. I'm still on the patch, so I'm still getting nicotine, but my body's starting to adjust to having just the patch. I haven't been vaping. Like I said yesterday, I did not vape. I did not vape at all today either, so that's 2 days in a row without even turning on the vape. Obviously we've been progressively doing very little of it. since Sunday night, but yeah, it's going a lot better. I still had a headache most of the day. Still a little lightheaded, a little foggy, but not as much brain fog. I feel like I can process things again a little bit better and can focus a little bit better. So it'll be interesting. I do have a coaching session with someone tomorrow morning. I'm going to talk to them about even lowering my dose quicker, because the patches, you're supposed to be on it for 4 weeks. My question for them is, am I going to go through the brain fog every time I lower the dosage, or is it going to be less of a factor when I go from 24 to whatever it is? I think it's 24 to 14. So I'm going to ask them a couple questions about the patches and stuff, because if I am going to go through the same crap, I might as well go through it sooner than later, and I might drop the dosage down quicker than recommended or whatever. If for some reason adjusting your body to the 24 milligrams and then going down from there, if you stay on 24 for like 4 weeks and then go down, if it's hurts you less somehow, then I guess I can follow their guidance. But I mean, I already feel like crap. Like I said, I'm feeling better on day 4. I'm starting to feel better, and I think I'll progressively feel better. I'm just afraid we're going to immediately drop down to feeling terrible again the very moment I drop the nicotine level. And so I'm like, I might as well just get it over with, if that's the case. Because I already feel like crap. I might as well feel worse than slowly get better just for me to feel worse again in a couple weeks. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. I haven't filmed or edited anything other than these. I might have done a little bit of RuneScape here and there, but not much. I am going to do some filming tonight. So I'm starting to feel better where I can start editing videos again and stuff, because I haven't been doing that either. I'm sure I was capable of doing it. I just felt like crap, so I didn't want to do it. So, but yeah, things are looking up. But I'll let you know how tomorrow goes. See how the coaching session thing goes. Good evening. So yeah, just a little update on the day. Doing fine. Let's see. It's Friday. I do definitely feel it. Like when my patch wears off in the morning and I have to put a new patch on, I still feel it. So I'm still obviously heavily addicted to nicotine. As far as the vaping goes, I've not been vaping. Not much brain fog today. I had a little bit of trouble with too much caffeine, I believe. I might have spiked my sugar or something. I was hearing from the Quit for Life people that they said nicotine kind of balances off caffeine, so if you drink too much caffeine, you'll notice it. So I think that's kind of what happened to me. But otherwise, doing fine. They never did call me, the life coach or coach, nicotine coach, whatever. They never did call me today, so I don't know if they're planning to or if I'm just done. I don't know. But I'll keep plugging along. Yeah, I mean, I'll update you guys if there's anything else to say. I feel almost back to normal, other than like I'm regulated again, so I probably won't do daily updates, but I'll still maybe do another update next week and edit these all together. I'm not sure. I mean, if something changes, I'll update you, but it's just I'm doing fine. Like I said, I still need the patch on daily. I still of course have the desire. I've learned to just breathe differently, like as if I was smoking, and that's kind of helping. I know that seems weird to be doing that, but it helps. So it works for me. Let me know what's working for you guys, or if you're going through this, or if you've tried to quit before, or if you quit. Be interested to hear how things are going for you. As far as weight, I think it's stabilized. I'm still more than I want to be, but I quit gaining. I also quit snacking as much too, so that's probably part of it. But yeah, there you go. Hello there. Want to give an update. It is February 18th. We've been on the patch for like 2.5 weeks maybe. Um, Basically, it's been going fine. I've been thinking less about vaping. I still get some urges, but not nearly as bad withdrawals as what I had initially the first week. I did over the weekend. I went to a reenactment, and we always usually smoke cigars at the reenactments. And I did take a day where I wasn't on the patch, and I had 2 cigars, so not too terribly many. You know, I'm sure if I told my Quit for Life coaching staff that, they'd flip out, and it would be like the worst thing I could have done. But really, the cigars, yeah, it gave me the nicotine, but it didn't feel like it was overdone. You know, I didn't smoke on the patch, and like I said, 2 cigars over 24 hours. So really not that much. And also, I'm not necessarily focusing on quitting tobacco or quitting nicotine as a whole. I'm more concerned about quitting the addiction, if that makes sense. You know, the feeling of needing it. So cigars, I've never really found them as addicting as cigarettes or as addicting as vaping. And I don't mind smoking a cigar here and there. I don't do it frequently, and I don't plan to start doing it frequently. But I've always smoked cigars and pipes, you know, here and there. So it's something I am not necessarily opposed to doing. You know, we'll see. Once I'm completely off nicotine, maybe I won't smoke at all. You know, I might go that route. But to me, having a cigar here or there, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like the end of the world. But I know tobacco's bad for you. It could cause, you know, throat cancer. It could cause lung cancer. You know, there are good reasons not to smoke cigars at all. So, you know, probably should consider not doing it at all. But I just, you know, I want to be honest with these videos. Like I said, the withdrawals have gotten a lot better. It'll be interesting. I'm a little nervous about switching from the 21 milligram patch down to, I think it jumps down to 14 milligrams. I think that's going to be hard in some ways. I don't know. I've not done it yet. This is the farthest I've been, you know, because I've tried patches before, but I never stuck it out for too long. This is the longest I've stuck it out. And they say quitting vaping can be more challenging than quitting cigarettes. I disagree, only because I have tried quitting cigarettes before I couldn't. And the way I got off cigarettes was getting onto the vaping. So, you know, in some ways I haven't really quit cigarettes. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I'll update you guys and then put this all together for you. But yeah, it's going well. I don't feel like having a cigar. It's like having a cheat day when you're dieting, you know? That's how I feel about it right now. So I don't feel like it lessens my journey at all. I don't know. But I still want to be honest with you guys about what I've done. What I've done. Oh no. But yeah, things are going much better than what they were originally. Hello there. How's everybody doing? It is February 28th, 2025. It has been almost 4 weeks since I quit vaping. I mean, I know I vaped twice. You know, one day I had 2 puffs, one day I had 1 puff. And then I had the 2 cigars on that Saturday where I didn't wear a patch. Other than that, I've been just using the patch. It's on my left arm right now. My shirt's a little tight, so I won't bring it up. Again, you know, just a little bit of an update, what's going on. I'm still concerned about the weight. I skipped lunch today. I did have a snack later in the afternoon, which you could consider my lunch. I had a bowl of cereal, and then I had some sunflower seeds. But other than that, I skipped lunch, and then I did eat supper, of course, and I had breakfast. So I'm really trying to combat the weight. I think once I get off some of my medication, that will help as well with the weight loss journey. So I'm not too terribly concerned yet, but I am very aware that I have gained weight. And then today, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm nervous in the back of my mind because I'm switching from the 21 milligrams to 14 milligrams within like 3 days. That's when I'll be out of the 21 milligram patches. So I'll be swapping and going down. The coach from Quit for Life said it's going to be going from like 10 or 11 cigarettes a day down to like 7 or 8 cigarettes a day. So it's not a huge decrease, or six between 6 and 8, I think. And then the one after that is like going down to like 3 cigarettes a day, and then it's going down like nothing a day. He doesn't think it's going to be as challenging as going from vaping to 21 milligrams. He thinks that will be the most challenging part I'll have. He doesn't think I'll even notice it that much. The Quit for Life coaching is decent. Again, this is not a sponsorship. I'll blast them all I want, but they're decently helpful. The issue is you don't get the same coach every time. You only get what the insurance company's paying. Mine pays for 5 coaching sessions. Their main focus is definitely tobacco. Even their little automated system, when you call, we're going to help you get off tobacco. And it's like, well, vaping is not tobacco. They're different. Some of them have adapted, some of the coaches, and they'll say, well, some people are finding getting off vaping is harder than getting off cigarettes, or getting off tobacco as a whole. And I can see that. It'll be interesting to see how the drop off goes. Like I said, it's from 21 milligrams to 14, and then from 14 down to 7 milligrams, I believe, and then down from 7 to 0. So, I'm going to go for it. I will update more frequently on the drop-offs. Those are for 2 weeks each. So, overall, this will be a couple months, really. Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, so 2 months, 2.5 months, give or take. Well, 8 weeks is not 2.5 months. It's, I guess, about 2 months. But yeah, it's going okay. The main objective still, obviously, is to get off the nicotine completely, but the reason for that is mainly the money. Not only the cost of the vape itself, but the cost of the insurance companies trying to have you charged through work, and that's just ridiculous. I'm not paying $30 extra a paycheck. That's throwing money away. I'd rather go get a $30, spend $30 at Pizza Hut or something, So I don't know. That's why I'm doing it. It is fun to blog and to leave my results. I don't feel like anything drastic has happened as far as the side effects. The first 3 days, obviously, were very tough, and I filmed each one of those days. I filmed pretty much every day the first week. I do definitely have my brain back, even though, I'm with, I still feel like I'm craving stuff, and I want to be vaping, want to be smoking cigarettes. I've had a dream about cigarettes. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I dreamed I was smoking a bunch of cigarettes. I know I talked about the lady already that was smoking in the drive-thru behind me, and it smelled terrible. So that's good. If it doesn't smell good, there's less chance I feel like I'll go back to it. So, yeah, I think we can do this. I'll probably even, off the patch, I'll probably update like a week into it, and then we'll post this. I know some of you already are aware that I'm quitting. Part of the reason I'm following through on this is because Cooper said I wouldn't. So I gotta do it just to shove it in Cooper's face and say, see, now Cooper's a good guy. We argue. We're like brothers. We fight. I don't fight with Jasper too much. Maybe I should, but I don't. But anyways, I'm heading to bed. I'll see you guys probably in 4 or 5 days for this video. I'll see you in the next clip. I will try to have somewhat of a timeline. I didn't film every single day, so it's not going to be a perfect timeline, but I will try to have some sort of a timeline so you can know where we're at in the process. But anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hey, today is a day. Oh my goodness, guys. So I've been forgetting to film reactions or talk about stuff. We switched over to the 14 milligram patches. I said I would film how I was doing, but it really didn't affect me much at all. Swapping from 21 to 14. In fact, today it is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't even put a patch on today. Part of me is tempted to just go without. Like, I think I could just easily just get off nicotine now. I feel a little bit funny, because I haven't had any nicotine since, I took the patch off probably around, I probably stopped giving off nicotine around 10 a.m., so it's been about 4 hours. So like I said, part of me is like, just don't even bother to put a patch on, right? But the other part of me is like, trust the process, we're almost to the point where we won't have any nicotine anyways. We might as well continue to, slowly come off of it. There's no real reason not to put on a patch, I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at. I already have the patches. It's not like I had to pay for them. The insurance company paid for them, which is cool. I still think it's kind of BS that insurance companies are allowed to tell you that you have to quit smoking. But, or charge you more money if you don't. I think that's BS. But alas, that's the world we live in. So yeah, as far as withdrawals, honestly, going from one patch to the other, I didn't notice anything really. Maybe slightly more irritable, maybe slightly grumpier. I did have trouble sleeping the other night. I thought maybe it was because I forgot to put a patch on or something. I don't think it was that after all, because I always switch between each day, every other arm. They do irritate my skin a little bit. Nothing too major. I don't know if you can even, not really. It doesn't really come up on the camera. But a little redness and soreness, it feels like my muscles ache a little bit. So that's why I switch between the arms every other day. But yeah, no real issues. In fact, there's been a lot of days I've forgot to put a patch on, and it's not gone terribly. Like, I probably could have just kept going without the patch, but the patches have kept me off the vape and smoking for this long. I'm like, I might as well complete the patches, complete the process. That's just kind of where I'm at, what I'm thinking. Why I continue to use the patches. I would rather, and this goes for anything, and I'm doing it with my antidepressant. I'm slowly tapering off the antidepressant rather than just stopping it. With the antidepressant, I'm doing that under the guidance of a shrink. With the nicotine, I'm slowly tapering off. It just less withdrawals. It's easier to handle, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's your update. Today is March 9th. So it has been, let me see how many I have of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably been about 5 weeks in total. So 5 weeks without vaping, no smoking. Like I said, I did that one Saturday. I had 2 cigars. But other than that was 2 cigars over a 24-hour period. It wasn't back to back or anything. I miss the vaping. It's not so much a withdrawal symptom, but I miss it. I feel, and like I said, I've gained some weight, which is very unfortunate. I've stopped eating as much as I was, but I'm still struggling to get the weight back down. having the vape, where if you're stressed, you hit your vape. If you're excited, you hit your vape. I don't know, like just any emotion, you hit your vape and you get that nicotine. I miss it, but I don't miss the withdrawals. Like if I go work in the office, I can't vape constantly. You get those bad withdrawals. If I'm hanging out with friends or family and I'm inside and I can't vape, you go through withdrawals. I don't miss that aspect. So overall, I think we're going to be done with it. We might still, have a cigar with friends or whatever. But as far as the vaping or the nicotine constantly every day, yeah, unfortunately, I think we're done. So, it will be healthier, of course, but yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a bummer, really. I mean, I know that sounds probably dumb to you, especially if you've never vaped or you've never smoked. But it's kind of like losing a friend, losing the habit you've done for so long. Because I've been doing it for a long time. Really long time. So it's kind of a massive life change. I think overall it'll be beneficial. The main thing is saving the money. That's the main benefit that I see. And then also the health benefits. Like I can smell now. Like I smell stuff, which is abnormal. It's not. It is normal to smell stuff, but like I used to not be able to smell anything. Taste. I feel like I've always still been able to have the taste. Some people lost their taste with smoking. I don't feel like I ever really lost my taste, but I definitely lost my smell. So yeah, but I'm doing fine. We'll finish off these patches. I'll talk if anything major happens, but I don't foresee anything major happening. I will film a little bit more on the last couple days when we don't have any patch. And then I'll wrap it up and build a video for you. Hopefully it'll be helpful to somebody out there. To realize me, who's been vaping and smoking for, gosh, I mean, it had to be probably 12 to 13 years. Probably. It's definitely 100% at least 10. Because I started vaping, or I started cigars, I was probably like 18 or 19. And then cigarettes and cigars and stuff, I was doing those in my young 20s. So it's been a while. 100% at least 10, probably closer to 12 or 14 even. I don't know. It's been a long time. So hopefully somebody out there will find these videos and realize that if I can do it, that you can do it. And Cooper's a jerk. If you know, you know. Well, there. I don't know if I've done an update yet, so I wanted to give you guys an update. I've been on the 7 milligram patches. I have to have one more session of coaching from the work group thing I'm in to be able to graduate or finish the course. I've not done any vaping. I've not done any smoking. I have been around. We went to the bar when I was out of town. Went to the bar and was around cigarettes. I do not like the smell of those anymore. I'm sure I'd like the feeling of the buzz you get being on a cigarette. I've only got like 3 or 4 patches left, so I'll do one more final update towards the end, just with being off nicotine completely. But we've been able to slowly work our way down, and yeah, I mean, I think we're done. Unfortunately, I say unfortunate because I'm still an addict. I still like the nicotine, but it's saving me a lot of money. It could potentially save my health. The fact that I couldn't smell anything and off vaping, I didn't realize it was negatively impacting my health as much as it probably was. So I think that is probably a good enough reason to not go back to it. I know the cigarettes were negatively impacting my health as far as the asthma attacks and things of that nature. So, Yeah, I mean, I say I'm fortunate, but I think we can stay off of it. You know, I've got this far. I've weaned myself down. You know, the final push is just getting off the patch altogether, which I will do when I'm out of the patches, which will be, I think, in 4 days. So I've got just 4 more days, and then we'll be done. And that could be rough. I still don't think it's going to be as rough as it was going from vaping to 21 milligrams. I think that was probably the worst part. I do think the worst part is behind me. And the reason I'm confident in saying that, one, the coaches tell me that's the case. And then two, that's been the case going from the 21 to the 14, for the 14 to the 7. I haven't noticed a major withdrawal as I was expecting. I have noticed a withdrawal. It does affect me. And it sucks, but it's not anywhere near as those first 3 days. So yeah, positive news, good things. This will not be the last thing I withdraw from. I plan to make a video on that. Coming off my antidepressants, I've been weaning myself off of that over time. I haven't noticed any negative impacts of that yet. But I meet again with my shrink on May 15th. I'm hopeful she'll just say, all right, you're down far enough that you can just stop it. But I might have to go another 6 months or whatever on a lower dosage. I'm on 50 milligrams down from 200 milligrams, but that's a topic for another video. So anyways, I'll see you guys with a couple final clips, and I'll wrap this up, put this video out there for you. Oh boy, it's been 24 hours without a nicotine patch. First 12 hours were kind of rough. I'm feeling a little better today. I slept since then. But no nicotine in 24 hours. I don't know. I'll have to look up to see how long it takes to withdraw. I think just a couple days because I was on a lower dose. Let me just Google this real quick. They subside within 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, it's dependent on the individual. Okay, whatever. So I don't know, but 24 hours out, even a nicotine patch. So, I'm doing it. So I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good. Maybe I'll do one more clip or something, and then I'll put this together. I probably give it maybe another week, just to make sure we're fully done with the withdrawals, because I still have a slight headache right now, but nothing major. Hello. So today's been a weird day for me as far as the nicotine withdrawal. This is probably, I'd say, day 5, I believe, without nicotine, no patches, no nothing, and I'm doing fine. Today, though, I do feel like if you've ever smoked a cigarette or a cigar, or if you vaped, you understand what I'm saying here, but I feel like I'm buzzed right now. Not as bad as I did earlier this morning, because I slept a little bit this afternoon just to kind of make up for it, but I just kind of feel not stoned, but just kind of buzzed, and it's weird. And I'd imagine it's just more withdrawals. That's all I can think of it is. I haven't done anything. I'm not going back to the vape as much as I'd like to. It's too expensive is the main reason I'm quitting. And then also the fact that it messes with your sense of smell just makes me think it's probably not really that healthy for you. Like, I, was not quick to believe the doctors. They're like, oh, you're going to die of cancer because of the vape. It's like, you don't necessarily know that, but just the fact that for me personally, like, I can smell now, and when I vape, I can't smell. So that alone is kind of a sign for me to just kind of, take a break, stop doing that. So, yeah, I was going to wait till Monday, see how we're doing, or Monday or Tuesday, see how we're doing a week into the no nicotine. So there might be a couple more clips, and then I'll make a video of this. So hopefully this is something interesting for you all. Hopefully I was able to describe what I've been going through well enough. Main takeaways for you, it's not been that bad. It's rough, and it's not easy, and the easy route would just be to keep vaping. But overall, with the patches, the going down in waves like that was probably the better method for me. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it didn't kill me. I'm wondering if my getting off my antidepressants is going to be rougher than this. So we will find out. But yeah, there you have it. Nicotine. No nicotine for since I was on a patch on Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this is day 5. Started day 5. So yeah, doing great. Good evening. Made it to the end of today's video. Appreciate you guys watching. It is now April 10th. I've been without the nicotine patch for almost a week and a half or so. I had a couple notes here just to wrap things up. I apologize, it's been longer than I was expecting it to be. I guess I've had a lot to say over the course of these last couple months, but want to give you a final update. Didn't experience any sleeping issues, which is great. I'm glad that didn't happen. The candy and snacks I bought helped, other than the sunflower seeds. I didn't end up using them. I opened up one package of them, but I didn't even finish the small package, and I've still got a whole box of sunflower seeds that are of no use to me now because I don't want them. But yeah, we have successfully completed quitting vaping and smoking. We are completely off nicotine and doing okay. I had a couple moments over the course of this past week, especially over the weekend, last Saturday, where I felt like I was buzzed, which I talked a little bit about it in an earlier clip, where I felt like I was buzzed even though I wasn't. So I had that again this past Saturday, but now I've been doing pretty good. No headache, no discomfort really at all. So yeah, overall successful. So if you guys are thinking about quitting and you happen to stumble upon this video, hopefully you found it helpful. It's definitely possible. Once you get past day 3, you're going to be doing much better. Day 3 and forward, a lot easier than you would think. However you decide to quit, if you quit cold turkey, if you use patches or nicotine gum or whatever you end up doing, it's definitely, I would say, overall worth it because of the money you're saving, the potential health benefits. You might be saving your life or at least extending your life. But yeah, I'd say overall it's worth it, and wish you all the best of luck. Leave any feedback yet below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.